Yo, what's up, guys? We got the 12.28 update, the Boris patch. There's not a lot of stuff I was kind of going through. Just gonna do just a little quick skim through it. There's not a lot of stuff in here, but the stuff that is in here is pretty huge. So first, we have, of course, Boris is being added to the game. If you guys haven't seen Boris yet, I put a little dev showcase. There's some hero trailers as well on the main Paragon website. But Boris, he's gonna be a tank, and he's pretty nuts, man. From what I've seen, his CC is insane. He has like great dash. His damage is really nuts, and he's going to be tanky because he's a support. I'm sorry, he's going to be a tank. Yeah, he already seems like broken character, going to be nerfed. But Boris is being added, so that's pretty huge. So we only had one new skin for technically. I mean, we have the Boris here, heroic, which is really cool. Looks really good. But the other one is going to be the Mako Snowball. The only other Christmas skin is the Mako one, which is makes you think, why did they not just add it to the other batch of Christmas skins? That would have been just easier, I guess. So I was hoping for some more Christmas skins on this one, but there's not. Only gonna have Mako, which still looks pretty good. And then we got the master skin, of course, for Boris, which looks really good. A couple of discounts, and then as far as the item and balance change it goes, there's gonna be 3 nerfs, some new items, and some changes to some items. So for the nerfs, we're gonna have Grux, Crunch, and Howitzer. Grux and Crunch have just been really good, so I've been kind of wanting these nerfs for a while. So finally they got to these nerfs. First up is going to be Grux. So his right click, the rage, his main damaging ability, decreasing the base damage, decreasing the power scaling, increasing the mana cost. So we're nerfing that. The Q, the pull, increasing the cooldown, decreasing the base damage, kind of by a lot, by 50 pretty much. Decreasing the power scaling, increasing the mana, so nerfing damage on that, and increasing cooldowns. The E skill is a dash, increasing the cooldown on that and increasing the mana. So another nerf. There's a lot of nerfs across the board here for Grux. And then Grux ultimate, decreasing the power scaling that you get whenever you use the ability. You stun them and you get a power scaling. It was 30 to 55, now it's 20 to 40. So that's got nerfed pretty hard. And then decreasing the stun duration from 1.2 to 0.8. So just across the board, increasing cooldowns and lowering his damage on Grux, which is good because warriors are a hybrid. You have your assassins to do damage, and your tanks are your CC and your tank targets. The warriors are in between. They do a little bit of both. Grux, Crunch, and Sereth, they did a lot of that damage part, which needs to be more scaled down to be just more of a frontliner, more of a tanky, while also doing damage. So decreasing his power and cooldowns on Grux. So Crunch is up next. The right click, increasing the cooldown. So that's just his charge, so increasing the cooldown on that. The Q skill, his main damaging ability, decreasing the base damage by a lot, decreasing the scaling by 10%, increasing mana, decreasing the cooldown, the adjusted cooldown, and then decreasing the defense decrease when using the ultimate. So whenever you use your enhanced version, decreasing the defense on that. So nerfing the cooldown and power. The E skill, the knock up, decreasing the base damage, decreasing the power scaling, increasing mana. So another nerf right there for damage. And then the ultimate, increasing the mana cost, adjusting the cooldown. So the cooldown before was 20 to 12. Now it's 20 to 16, so pretty good, good nerf there. 4 seconds on the end, and then the passive. Whenever you use a basic attack, it was reducing it by a max 0.8 seconds for all skills. Now it's 0.5, so he doesn't have like insane rotation of abilities and crazy low cooldown. So Crunch and Grux getting a well-deserved nerf, pretty much on both characters, increasing cooldown and decreasing the power, pretty much on those two. Howitzer is getting a nerf on his right click, decreasing the base damage by a little bit, decreasing the scaling. The missile, the main damaging ability, decreasing the power by 10. That's really it. So not really big of a change. 10 flat power on that. Not a big change. The E skill, increasing the mana cost. E skill is the bomb, the knockback, increasing the mana cost, decreasing the base damage by a little bit. That's fine. And then decreasing the power scaling and decreasing the skill range. Decrease knockback distance of the enemy when detonating the mines. Okay, so not a big knockback. really not too big of a nerf there for Howitzer. Is right click, the decreasing the base damage by 10, not that big of a deal. Decreasing the scaling by 5% is okay. It's just right click, not that big of a damage ability. His Q skill is the main thing. It's like, I think 95% scaling or something like that. So only decreasing the base damage by 10% and not touching the scaling is really not that big of a deal. Howitzer's still going to be good. Not that big of a deal for Howitzer. So those are going to be the hero changes, the hero nerfs. Now we're going to get to item balance changes. So these are like the item balance reworks or changes. So the Macaroon, Energizing Macaroon, before it was recovering your health by 200 and mana by 150. Now it's recovering your health by 300 and mana by 100. Still going to be the same price. Not really worth it. It's not worth to spend the money on this item. So not a really good item. Energy Overflow is interesting. Decreasing the gold by 500, so can be purchased more often. Star's Grace actually getting a buff. Star's Grace is actually getting a buff by increasing the tenacity by 30% more. I don't know why you wouldn't buy this anymore over the others, over the other tenacity. I feel like this is a really good one, especially on characters with low cooldown on the ultimate. It seems just like a really good item to pick now. So those are gonna be the item changes. And then now we get some new items. So really cool new items. This is what I'm worried about. I'm worried about these new items and I'm worried about the new karmas. They seem really strong and we're gonna go through it and you can see why I feel like these are kind of strong. So first one, Sensory Amplifier. This one is gonna allow you to detect stealth and wards. The sell price is 100, so 100 gold to buy this, and you can, you know, reveal wards pretty much. So that's a pretty good item. Jelly Poe. This one I don't like. Transforms a selected hero into Poe for 2 seconds. The transform enemy hero can move around but can't use any abilities or skills. 300 gold for that price. So you can, this is a consumable. You can buy this for 300 gold, and you can mutant Poe somebody and make them you can polymorph them for 2 seconds for 300 gold. I can really see, like, you know, the support's getting this a lot when it comes to maybe around objective team fights. Multiple people on your team can buy this item to secure that Prime Guardian or secure that Scylla to, you know, mutant Poe the enemy team for 2 seconds, mutant Poe the jungler back to back for a couple of seconds, or whatever. I'm worried about this. Updated icon for mutant Poe on the other item. Another item that's kind of interesting, maybe not like too, I think this is really going to be strong. This one maybe not too strong, is going to be Margaret's Holy Grail. You become invincible and unable to take any actions for 2.5 seconds. Price is 500 gold. So if you come from Smite, this is an Aegis, but you can't move. You're just stationary. You can be targeted, but you won't take any damage. But you can't use any abilities. You can't move. You're just there for 2.5 seconds. It's 500 gold, so we probably won't see it being built often. This one being 300, it's a little bit cheaper, and the impact that it can have on this and the objective is kind of scary. So those are gonna be it for the new items, and then we get some new karmas. So these are some other questionable ones. So Vitality Surge, consume 25% of the hero's current health to deal physical damage equal to base 60 plus 110% of the consumed health to nearby enemies. So it's an AoE attack. If you have someone who's, like, you know, really healthy, I'm gonna check some numbers on this. I'm gonna be in the training grounds when this patch goes live. Test some numbers out this, but 25% of the hero's current health, you deal 60% or 60 plus 110% of that damage dealt to, you know, an AoE to nearby enemies. So there's that, and there's kind of the same thing with we'll go to this one, the Mana Explosion. Kind of the same thing. Consume 50% of the current hero's mana to deal magical damage equal to 10 plus 80% of the consumed mana to enemies. This one probably doesn't seem like as crazy. You can, like, if you're building a mana build, maybe this will be interesting. But for a karma, using half of your mana as a caster, you're not going to have that much mana compared to like a health pool. I think for mana wise, if you're going like a standard build, you might be around 2k ish or something. And it's a lower scaling, 100 or 10 plus 80%, while this one is 60 plus 110%, up 25% of the current health. You know, the health can get around to 3k, 4k. Shit, hell, even Rampage or Sevarog can get up to like 5k. So this one's a little scary. And then the other karma, the undefeatable karma, this one's kind of trolly. From what I've seen, it's really trolly. when you activate it, the hero and nearby allies and enemies become invincible and are able to take action for 2.5 seconds. This can use heroes and allies and enemies. So if a jungler is diving or multiple people are diving your team, you could just stop everyone from playing the game for 2.5 seconds. You could just do an AoE and invincible for 2.5 seconds. This actually works on jungle monsters as well. It works on the spirits. I'm pretty sure it's going to work on the guardian. I gotta check. I gotta do some testing, but I saw them do this on the spirit as well. The spirit is like, I don't know, you're fighting at the spirit and then you just, make him invincible for 2.5 seconds. He can't do anything. He's just a solid gold statue for 2.5 seconds. So it's weird. I like that they're trying new things, but it's weird. I don't think it should be working on monsters. Hopefully we can see that change. But those are the new ones. Like it's not a lot of things being added, but they're strong. It'll definitely shake up the game. So Jellypo is gonna be very interesting, and these Vitality Surge, and I don't think Mana Explosion or Explosion is gonna be a thing. But Vitality Surge and Undefeatable will definitely be something to look out for. This one, maybe if you go like a mana build, you can mess around with that, but we'll see. We'll see about that one. And then the last couple of things, we got some new emotes, pretty cool. So we're gonna get 2 free new ones, Gideon and Feng Mao, and then we have 6 paid ones, pretty awesome. And then system added and improved. We're gonna get a replay system, so you can watch the replays of the game, which is pretty awesome. And then you can change your name for a one-time purchase for free. With your first purchase, you can change your name in game. Pause feature being added to customs, and then they updated the shop, so you can check heroes that you don't have. You can check all the skins, emotes, and other things like that to make it easier for the shop. So pretty awesome. Other than that, there's a couple of system changes, nothing really big. The snow map is going away pretty soon. I wish it lasted longer, but that's going away, in a couple of bug fixes. So again, not a really big update as far as details, but a pretty huge one. We get new karmas, new items, and of course Boris. But for my overall take of this, I'm nervous. As what I'll say, Boris looks insane, man. From what I've seen, he looks really, really good. So I'm nervous that he's going to be just kind of dominant, like super dominant. Being a tank and doing that much damage while having that much CC is very scary. I feel like it'd be just really hard to do anything against him unless you're just 5v1ing that guy. The nerfs, I like it. Nerfs are great. The items, I'm worried about Jellypo 300. I feel like these should not be consumable. Being able to polymorph somebody should be a karma. Having it as a consumable seems really, really strong. I can see, 300 gold is not that much when it comes to these big team fights where you're trying to fight for solo, where you're trying to fight for the Prime Guardian. You can spare 300 gold to polymorph multiple people on the enemy team to get those kills and try to get that objective. You're well going to make your money up for that 300 gold. So this definitely should be a karma. So people have to invest a lot more into it and put like a really long cooldown on it. And then this undefeatable. It seems weird, man. You can AoE stun your, well, not stun, but AoE freeze your allies, and any enemies in your round, and the objective. So kind of weird stuff. I'm sure. I mean, this is early access. The game is still early access. It's weird to think of that way, but it is early access. So these things could definitely change, and we're testing the game pretty much. We're here to test the game. So let me know what you guys think, man. Let me know in the comment section what do you guys think about these changes, about the hero, items and things like that, and maybe the developers look at these videos and kind of take note from the comment section. But that's it for the video. Everyone take care, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.